There is pain and there is suffering. Through our life, most of us cannot escape pain because situations come up. Either you fall sick, or you lose a job, or someone is ill in the home, we don't have the money. Situations that are painful continually come and bombard you. And if you deal with those situations in a dispassionate way, that is, you don't become the situation. What is dispassion? And why does a situation overwhelm you? It's because instead of being part of the solution, you've become part of the problem because you have glued yourself tight to your situation, identified completely, thinking that that situation is your life, is you. We all do that. We all do that. We get totally involved in what's happening. And we forget to take that step back. Because if you're completely tied to something, you cannot see a solution. It's not going to come. Because the thoughts are completely in and around your situation. This is terrible. This is so bad for you. You don't need this. This is too much. You're going to fall sick. It's going to happen to you. It's coming again. Boogeyman, boogeyman. And that's when you start suffering. Suffering is a condition of the mind. It's when you identify with the stories your mind is telling you. Eckhart was talking about a concept that he calls the pain body. It is that part of us that loves being a victim. And there are certain things which trigger the pain body. It's connected to situations that you may have been in this life or in a previous life. Because all your pain, the pain that you've been through, depending on how much you got identified with it, it gets stored in your subconscious as an impression. So you've been harassed by men in 40 different lives. At the first sign of an argument, this pain body will surface. It's going to happen again. You're going to be harassed again. They're going to do this to you and this is going to happen to you. And all these thoughts start coming and you start believing it. You've already lost sight of the fact that you are having an argument with a man. And you're thinking, you've already got tied into your pain body. Loving it. And as soon as you start thinking self-deprecating thoughts that bring you down, thoughts that reduce your self-esteem, thoughts that make you feel less than human, thoughts that make you feel powerless, that's when all the hormones stop kicking in. And you're called clinically depressed or anxious, whatever that condition might be. There is no condition that you can't fight with the power of your mind. The mind is a very powerful instrument if only we knew how to use it. It was created for us to control the world, to interact with the world around us. But instead of us being the boss, somehow the mind became the boss. Somewhere along the line, we became slaves to the mind. And we stopped realizing when we are caught in this whirlwind, this cesspool of thoughts. That's why we meditate. Because when you meditate, you're sitting and after 5 minutes you're thinking, oh my God, that silly woman, my boss, she said that to me. How dare she talk to me like that? Now, how long am I going to take that? You say, oh, that's a boss thought. Put it in the boss packet. After 5 minutes, you're like, oh, I didn't put any food into the microwave. It's still sitting there. I hope they take out the food. And that's a thought, a worry about chores that you have to do, right? So you begin to identify the things that come up. And you stop, you recognize that thought and say, that's what it is. And once you recognize it, that is awareness. That is what is called awareness. That's when you actually know what you're thinking. And that needs to be practiced several times. When you're meditating, thoughts come. And all thoughts are repetitive. The same pattern comes several times in a day. It knows what bothers you. It knows how to get your attention. It's understood you perfectly. Now you have to switch tables and try to understand it. The pain body raises it. It's like a demon within you. It's like a demon. There are certain situations that affect certain people. So if I get into a crowd, I get that feeling. Or if somebody talks about, say, criticizes me for something, I get that feeling. So we have triggers. Each one of us has got certain things that set off the pain body. And what is it? Just impressions from the past. The same situation you've been in, it's caused a lot of emotional turmoil. It's become like a traumatic experience, and you have stored it. And that keeps coming up. It keeps coming up. You're a victim. You shouldn't be having this. You're always suffering. You're the person that suffers constantly. And we like that. We start identifying with being a victim. We like being in that situation because we are pitied. We are, people give us sympathy. People feel bad for us. Oh, I don't have a job. Oh, I don't have money. Oh, I don't have a good life. Oh, I have these problems at home. Oh, yeah, everybody's like, I feel so bad for you. But now it's you that's saying this to yourself. I feel so bad for you. You should not be here. You need to get out of this. You are training yourself and making that pain body within you grow till it consumes you. And then you can't see anything else other than the pain. If you allow a balloon to blow in front of your face, that's all you can see. But it's a balloon. You can at any point stick a needle into it, the needle of awareness, and the rest of the world is there for you to see. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's a story. Your mind is, everything is good. Everything is okay right now. There is no problem. And if there is something going on in your life, that is not you, that is not your life. That is your life situation. Something outside of you. Something that comes and goes. Just like you said, ups and downs. Stuff happening to people. Lots of stuff happens and nothing happens. Lots of stuff happens and nothing happens. But that's not you. You are not your emotions. You are not your thoughts. You are not your pain body. You are not your mind. You are none of those things. You are just this person sitting here, feeling the weight of the body and allowing the world to go by. Listening to the voices, feeling the breeze, hearing the fan whirring. That is you. And that you has no problem. Everything is good. It's all a story you're believing. You've gone to watch a movie and you've taken that movie to be the gospel truth. We know the gospels aren't very true. We don't know who wrote them. Why they call it the gospel truth. But it's supposed to be the truth set in iron. I guess that's what it means. But there is no truth. There is nothing. There is just this moment. That's all there is. And if you don't have the courage to get rid of your mind, to get rid of your conditioning, to know it's an inner faith, it's a faith, that faith, courage, gratitude that I talk about. That is so important. It gets rid of anything. When you have faith that you're taken care of, there is no fear. There is no anxiety. There is no guilt. There is this absolute confidence that the entire universe is working for me, through me. When you have courage inside of you, it's like, come on, what are you going to throw at me? What are you going to give me next? I can deal with it. I can handle. What's the worst that's going to happen? That I'm going to die? Everyone dies. I'm going to die anyway. So what? But this moment, to deal with this moment with the inner courage that's fighting through you. And I can handle this. I can do this. Nothing is given to you that you cannot handle. You don't want to handle it because you've already gone into your mind which says, oh, this is too bad for you. But if you went to your source, you can deal with anything. Because once you're at your source, once you are inside of you, that inner courage just comes up. Because you have faith that it's all working for you, that it's all for your good, that it's all for your growth, that at the end of the day there's going to be bright sunshine, that it's not going to be an eclipse forever, that you can burst this balloon of pain that's right in front of you, that doesn't exist, it's not real. You are more than that. You are more than that. And that's when the gratitude comes in. You have the ability to live this moment to its fullest. You are put on this earth to simply enjoy the world without the mental burden, without the mental shackles. Faith, courage and gratitude. These are the three things. Then there might be pain, but there's never suffering. There's never any suffering. You can live your life free, completely free, floating. You are, how I say during meditation, you are floating and you are free. You are floating and you are free. Free of the burden. The burden is nothing other than the mind. All problems, psychological problems, depressive problems, health problems begin with the mind. If your mind is in a good place, then your emotions are being handled correctly. And when everything functions correctly, every cell in your body works exactly as it should be working. And then there's no disease. As soon as your mind goes into a bad place, the emotions, the inner juices, the hormones, all the other things start malfunctioning. Cells don't get what they need. And one little cell says, starts mutating, and then you have a problem. Physical ailments, mental ailments, all come from a recognition that you are the source. You are not your mind. You are not your body. You are not the breath. You are not your intellect. You are that which makes this entire universe function. Look around you. Look into the night sky. Look and see the magnificence of creation. If that force that you are tapping into can do that, you're telling me it can't take care of your life situation. How small is that? How small is that? And how big have you made it? It's not needed. It's not needed. Feel that connection. Feel that connection. It comes with daily sadhana. Every day to breathe, to do the meditation, and to read something spiritual. If you do that, everything becomes so easy in your life. You don't mind the waiting, because every day something new is unfolding and you're enjoying that. Sure, I want to be a business tycoon. I want my book to be a New York Times bestseller. I want to be on Oprah or this thing. I have all those things at the back of my mind. But each day writing the newsletter or making a new cream or selling, the small little things give you so much pleasure. And things that bothered me 20 years ago are just little hiccups. You learn to pull back from your life situation. My life situation is not my life. This is not me. I am not my thoughts. I am not my feelings. I am not my emotions. I am so much more. I am that. Aham Tat Sat. That's the essence of all Vedantic knowledge, that I am that.